or somebody they thought was there for them with good intentions had nothing but ill intentions for them.
Right now at 11, troubling allegations as two former students sue a former teacher for long-term abuse. Plus, you buried your son. Now we want it back. Why a mother says a cemetery is now taking her to court. But first,
once you have like a star like Dame leave, it doesn't matter what pieces you get. It's not going to be the same.
well, a city that may never be the same as Damian Lillard gets traded and Rip City begins a new chapter. Well, thanks so much for joining us this Wednesday. I'm David Molko. We begin with a monumental day for the Portland Trail Blazers, with the team making it official late this evening that it has traded franchise great Damian Lillard. Dame now headed to Milwaukee, where he will become a Buck as part of a three-team deal that follows months of speculation. We have team coverage tonight of that big move, beginning with Orlando Sanchez.
Lillard embraced Portland like no other star before him, and that's why so many consider him the greatest trailblazer of all time. But when the organization chose to rebuild and there was no shot at a championship, it marked the end of an era, as Lillard requested a trade this summer. Even though this was months in the making, Trailblazers fans were shocked. Not that Lillard was traded, but where he's going and what teams were involved. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, the first to report the blockbuster deal. Damian Lillard traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. This comes as a surprise because Lillard's desired destination was Miami since his trade request went public in July. Through all the national reports, rumors, and speculation, most did not mention the Milwaukee Bucks as Lillard's landing spot. For many, this came out of nowhere. In a tweet from Damian Lillard, he wrote, "The casuals won't be addressed, but the Trailblazers fans and city of Portland that I love truly will be, and will be addressed truthfully. Stay tuned. Excited for the next chapter with the Bucks." So here are some of the details of the trade. It's a three-team deal involving the Bucks and Suns. Portland gets all-star Drew Holiday, who ESPN reports will likely be traded. The Blazers also get Suns center DeAndre Ayton, as well as the Bucks' 2029 first-round pick, a couple of swaps, and a young rookie. In the process, the Blazers say goodbye to Yusuf Nurkic, Nasir Little, and Keon Johnson, sending them to Phoenix. Most of the national writers are giving positive reviews on the trade. Overall, it's a bittersweet day for Lillard. He joins a championship caliber team, but he won't get that parade down Broadway here in Rip City. Something he wanted so bad. David?
11 seasons in the rearview mirror, just.
Well, you know, Dame's been here for, 12 years or whatnot, so, I mean, it's tough to see him go.
I'll still cheer for him. I mean, he's always done good for here in Portland. So.
I don't know. Like, without Dame, it's going to be very difficult. And the pieces that they got, you know, they're not. It's not Dame. It's just not. It's not going to be the same for them.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same. And win or lose, high or low, it comes down to you, the Rip City fans, who have cheered them on year after year, game after game, as the franchise closes one chapter and opens what you might call a new book toward renewal, and we all hope a promising future. Dame's legacy, of course, extends far beyond the court. Catherine Cook went to talk to high school students impacted by a program he championed that helped lift so many up.
The news broke around lunchtime Thursday. Damian Lillard traded to the Milwaukee Bucks.
The building erupted with sadness.
Adam Skiles is principal at McDaniel High School. His is one of 3 Portland high schools Lillard adopted for his Respect program. Roosevelt and Park Rose were the others. He launched the program 10 years ago, a way to motivate kids to help and respect each other and to improve their grades, attendance, and communities.
I think my presence is what makes the kids respect it. And, you know, and them seeing me and actually hearing stuff come out of my mouth, I think that makes a huge difference.
Lillard visited the schools every year.
Honestly, I didn't believe it at first until I saw him walking in the hallway. I was like, oh, they weren't kidding.
Sophomore Josiah Clay says just knowing Lillard had their back drove them to be better.
It's helped many students bump up their grades and attendance, as well as the fact it's helped build a community here as well. Anyone can participate in, as long as you're willing to put in the work.
When they did, Lillard would praise them on social media. Here's a post from April. Had a great day surprising students with the best attendance at McDaniel. And as always, Lillard outlined the creed of his Respect program. Show up, work hard, and be kind.
So every year he found a way to find time to meet with them, and when he met with them, it was fun to watch because it was genuine and he truly cared about their success.
To be clear, there was really cool swag. When staff noticed a student living out the creed, they nominated them for a Respect Award. That might include Blazers tickets, meeting Dame, or a roller skating party at Oaks Park. And then there were the shoes. A couple years ago, Dame launched a Respect Student Edition of his Dame 7s. 3 custom colorways to go with each high school.
I got lucky. I kind of got to deliver these awards and go to the classrooms and tell kids about these shoes.
Carly Deshaw is campus safety lead at McDaniel. Like most of Portland, she knows Lillard holds the Blazers' all-time scoring record now. But for her, that's not the part of Lillard's legacy she'll remember most.
This, helping the kids and just being in the community, in the schools, and wanting to do it.
Show up, work hard, and be kind. Lillard wrote the creed.
We're going to miss him.
But lived it first.
Thanks for being an inspiration to me, my family, and the community I live in.
He really did live it, David. So McDaniel hopes to keep their Respect program going even without Dame, and even if it looks a little bit different. And who knows, maybe next year some very lucky Milwaukee high school students will be wearing this, but make it green for the Bucks.
Yeah,
I guess.
I was going to say, I think we're all getting used to this now, right? But you can take Dame out of the Rose City. You can't take away his message. That stays for life and longer.
Wish him all the best. Hope he gets his ring.
Of course we do. Thanks, Catherine. Stay with KGW for continuing coverage as Damian Lillard departs the Rose City for the Bucks. And Rip City's future begins to take shape. We have much more on Dame's legacy and an in-depth on the wild ride over the past couple of months. It's at KGW.com and on the KGW app. Let's take you outside with a look from our Rose City sky camera after a day that saw waves of rain, but also patches of blue sky. Chief Meteorologist Matt Zafino is here. Matt, it's looking clear now. How are we doing when it comes to getting to the other side of this?
You know, we're getting closer, David, a lot closer as a matter of fact. We still have some showers to get through, but I think the heaviest rain of the week is now behind us. It's not raining right now. It's 58 degrees, a mix of cloud with some clearing in between. So it's a fairly mild night. Pretty good batch of rain now over parts of Clark and Skamania counties and parts of Multnomah County too. But from downtown Portland to the south, there's really not a lot going on. And there's really not much going on even at the coast until you get offshore. Could still get a thunderstorm out there. And there will certainly be more showers moving on through overnight tonight and then also during the day tomorrow. The rainfall, though, going forward, I mean, look at this. We're at 0.14 of an inch through Friday night. Most of that will fall tomorrow. There'll be heavier rain down around Eugene and Point South, but for the Northern Valley, things will be clearing up a bit and certainly drying out. So we have showers on tap for tomorrow, but they'll be less frequent than they were today, and they'll be lighter. We'll dry it out on Friday. I really think from Friday on, it's mainly dry weather. And in fact, September will end and October will begin this weekend with sunshine and some pretty warm weather into the 70s. Long range, you might even see some 80s late next week. We'll show you why that's the case. And also, when and where to look for the full harvest moon. It's another super moon, the 4th in a series. More on that later. David, back to you.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Matt. We want to get to another significant story we are following this evening. The tragic death of a teenager who appears to be the latest young person to fall victim to the fentanyl crisis. The 15-year-old student at Portland's Jefferson High died on Sunday, according to school officials. Police confirmed this evening they are investigating her death as a suspected fentanyl overdose. In a message to families, the Jefferson High principal called that teenager, quote, a bright light to everyone who knew her, and added her passing will leave an indelible mark on her family and the Jefferson community. The 15-year-old's death is tragically just the latest such case we have reported on. Last year, we heard from a fentanyl awareness advocate whose nephew died from an overdose. She told us we need to keep talking about it.
We aren't going to just ignore it or say sweep it under the rug, because that won't stop it. We have to get out there and really talk to people about this.
So here we are. A parent tells us students wore blue this week in the 15-year-old's honor. We are expecting much more information from Portland Police on Thursday. Let's get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now. In Hillsborough, police are warning people to be on the lookout for a man suspected in a recent home invasion and sexual assault. This was back on the night of August 19th near the Quetama Woods Apartments. Authorities say the suspect was wearing a gray snapback hat, a long-sleeve orange shirt, tan work pants, and work boots. Authorities add the suspect is in his 40s, 5'7", 200 pounds, and had a dark gray scruffy beard at the time. Anyone with information here is urged to contact Hillsborough Police. A Portland cemetery is taking a woman to court because it wants to dig up her son's grave. The family of Tiber Harrison buried his ashes at Portland's Skyline Memorial Gardens after he was hit and killed by a car back in 2016. Here is the thing. Skyline says they accidentally sold the plot twice. First to someone else, then 2 years later to Harrison's family. Now the cemetery is filing a lawsuit to reclaim that spot.
Makes me really nervous for other families that may not have been notified of Skyline's mistakes, but that other family doesn't have, a cremation vault and a memorial. They haven't done, this isn't their sacred spot. It's just a transaction.
Yeah, you can feel her pain there. Skyline blamed staffing turnover for the fact the first sale was not properly recorded. And take a look at what was recovered during a retail theft operation on Monday. It includes 3 stolen vehicles, 4 guns, and $6,000 in merchandise. Portland police say this was at the Gateway Shopping Center, Mall 205, and Menlo Park. They also made 22 arrests.